Good morning, TikTok. I woke up to a TikTok by a creator named Eric, and he's pretty well known on here, but I will still tag him because I do not want to ever be accused or guilty of taking someone's ideas or taking the information someone said and not putting them as my source, because that would frustrate me if that happened to me, even though I'm just a small creator and I don't think anyone is using my videos for reference, but that doesn't really matter. But this morning I was watching TikTok when I first got up because my kids woke me up obscenely early this morning, and I saw that the list of banned words that Trump's administration does not want federal employees or federal agency using have been expanded. And why I put ban is in quotations is because as of now, we still do have a constitution that protects our freedom of speech. And as far as I was concerned, I always thought that the Republican Party was the party that protected the Constitution, especially the First and Second Amendment. The First Amendment being freedom of speech, freedom of press, and then the Second Amendment, we all know, rights to bear arms. But it seems like, to me, the Conservative Party is no longer interested in protecting freedom of speech unless you are white, you are male, and you are Christian. Because this list of words that are not supposed to be used is wild to me. There's just some words on here that I am just very, very confused on how this is offensive to anyone or how using this word is going to affect others negatively. So let's go over some of these words, because I guess I'm just waiting at this point for Trump supporters to be like, no, this isn't okay. We don't stand with this. It's like, no offense, but I've never seen a group of more spineless voters in my entire life. Like, you guys just are letting things be taken from you. You're letting your rights just fly out the window just so you don't have to admit you were wrong, or you'll find one little micro thing that you like and you'll focus on that, and then you'll completely ignore and avoid everything else that is going around. And it's like, okay, well, this thing is still happening, and this right here, the 8 people that are no longer allowed in trans collegiate sports, that's what I voted for. These 8 people right here. Like, do you understand how crazy that sounds? But let's go over some of these words. So we're gonna start off strong because this list has some words that I am shocked that are banned. So let's start out with Native American. So I know a lot of Native Americans voted for Trump. So I'm just a little confused. Okay, so let's go on to another word that is equally confusing. And I'm just going from just a generalization point. I'm not going to get into the whole gender argument just because I just don't have the energy for it. But let's just take political, pollution, pronouns. Do you understand that pronouns are grammar? I encourage you to go a full day without using a single pronoun. And let me know if you're able to. Like, please let me know. Because you have to understand, we, me, they, them, are. They are all pronouns. Those words are pronouns. You cannot complete the majority of sentences, especially when you're talking about another person, without saying pronouns. You see how I just used you multiple times? That's a pronoun. Or how I said I, that's a pronoun. It's like you guys never went to school. Okay, let's move on. Race and ethnicity, racial diversity, racism. Why are those words offensive? Why are those words threatening? Can someone please explain that to me? And then let's go to the big kicker over here. Women. Victim. So we're just taking everyone who's ever been a victim of any type of crime, which Trump claims he's a victim a lot. So when is victim okay to use? When is it not okay to use? When is the word women okay to use? And when is the word women not okay to use? And why is male, man, not on this list? Just curious. Here's another list, and this list is also shocking. So there you see again, victims, undervalued. Let's go. Let's look for some more. So we have female. We do not have male. Again, a little confusing. And then we have, excuse me, we have breastfeeding and chest feeding. Now, I'm a mother of two, and I chose extended breastfeeding for both of my children, which is means I breastfed them past the age of 1. And you know what? I never, ever had a trans person impede or take away my ability, sorry, I'm just so tiny, my ability to breastfeed or ever made me feel uncomfortable breastfeeding. You know who did? Men. I had a lot of opinions about breastfeeding in public, which is legal everywhere in the United States. There is not a single place in the United States where you cannot breastfeed your child legally. And boomer women and boomer men are the only people who have ever said a word to me about breastfeeding. And it was, oh, you're messing up your child for breastfeeding the past the age of 1, which my pediatrician wanted me to breastfeed them as long as I could go. She said, but if you can make it till 2, that's amazing. Okay, little random thing, but let's keep going. Let's look at some more words that are just very confusing. Hate speech, Hispanic minority. So, hey, all those Hispanic people who voted for Trump, he doesn't even want you to exist. You're aware of that, right? He wants to take your language away. But I don't know. I'm so confused. Let's look at some of these more words. Hate speech. I already said females, feminism, which I'm very confused about how that is not the same with men. But men who have sex with men, but not women who have sex with women. So I guess lesbians, you're good to go. You're allowed, but not the gays. And then traumatic. So we're not allowed to acknowledge people's trauma anymore. Okay. You know, and the thing that seems the most confusing to me as a Democrat is that the fact that the Republican Party will stand on a hilltop and scream about how they are the party of the Constitution, but they see their rights, they see the Constitution being impeded by a president who doesn't give a crap about their constitutional rights, and they say nothing. Like, how is this not scary or threatening or offensive to you just as a regular American citizen, unless you are a white, straight Christian man? That's the only category that I didn't see words being taken away from. So I guess for that group of people, I guess Trump maybe is like a saving grace for you, because I don't really understand. Like, I don't understand how the word woman is offensive to anyone, especially for all of you claiming that Trump is here for the women because he got trans people out of sports, which again is such a small number. That's why no one really, Democrats don't really care about it. It's because it's not something that's actually threatening. I would like you to name one trans person who has taken placements or rights, or not one, maybe let's name 5. Can you name 5 people who have dominated in women's sports who are trans, and you cannot say Leah Thomas? Leah Thomas didn't even win, by the way. She tied for 5th place. So again, not a threat in my opinion, but, and also the woman who won that Arizona race, it was a co-ed race. So she was allowed to be there whether she was a male or female. I mean, it's just so frustrating. It's like, where's your backbone? Can you find it? And can you actually come and stand up for Americans in America and what we constitutionally uphold? Thanks.